Hello, this is Alessio. Today is Friday, the 14th of May, and this is the weekly best performing chart for the week. And let's dive into the first stock, which is DocuSign. This chart is, as you can see, from May 11th. This was shared with members, and as you can see, I was predicting further continuation to the downside in what appears to be a complex correction into XY. So of course, wave Y or wave 4 will have three subwaves ABC, and I was predicting further downside to come within the wave C. It's also true that it looks like we are at some kind of a NAND of the correction, assuming that I'm correct. So we should and we would like to see support showing up pretty soon. So if we look at Doku today, we can see how it did go lower. What I'm waiting for now is equality of wave Y and W. If we just zoom into what happened into wave Y, looks like we're not that far from actually completing the wave C. And also, if we delete this and we measure equality of wave A and C within wave Y, yeah, it's a little lower. However, we are at the 61.8. So we know that we are at the 61.8 of wave A and C of wave Y, and we are close to the equality of wave W and Y. So yeah, perhaps this area between 180 and 150 should show us some kind of support. And after that, of course, we will look for a reversal, and then we will look for pullbacks. And as long as they are in 3, they could be bought. If we move on to the next chart, which, sorry, but I have to. Okay, my apologies. Okay, the next chart is Netflix. There you are. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So Netflix again from May 11th, and here I was predicting some kind of ABC of a high degree wave 2 do not be completed yet. So I was predicting for the downside. As you can see, I put my equality of wave A and C, which is at around $463. If we look at Netflix now, let me take Netflix. Here it is. We can see how it did go lower. What I think is interesting is this kind of head and shoulder pattern, which is a very classic pattern when you have a wave 3, 4, and 5. So wave 3 as left shoulder, wave B as right shoulder, and then you go down and see that is a very common for Elliott, which it doesn't mean a lot in terms of Elliott, but it can give us additional confluence and confidence when we are training ourselves. Let's go into the hourly time frame, see what's happening. So as I said, let's keep in mind the hourly equality right here. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Well, we gotta admit it's a pretty overlapping situation, which is of course something we don't like. This move up appears to be in 3. So yeah, I would expect further. Yeah, this doesn't seem to be in 5. the move up from the May 11th at this 13 GMT plus 1. So I would expect further downside, which would make sense if we want to see wave C go into equality with wave A, which is, as I said, something I look for. So at this point, again, I think this could be a great time to wait because we cannot be far from a reverse. If we move on to the next stock, which is Octa. Okay, again from May. Sorry, I lost it. Apologies. Octa, which is again from May 11th. We can see I was predicting some kind of wave 1, and then a pullback, which appears to be pretty directional in wave 2. We know that wave 2 can be pretty directional, pretty straightforward to the point, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm expecting that. If we look at Octa now, okay, we can see how we haven't broken validation level, but if let's measure with fib how deep we went. Let's see, 61.8. Let's also show the 78.6. Apply. Okay, that's why I thought 78.6. From my experience, I would say that if we break the 78.6, the chances of actually being wave 2 will decrease significantly. Let's go into the hourly time frame to see into more details what's happening. So we can delete the fib pullback. Huh. One, two, three. Again, when we're at this case of overlapping waves, it's always kind of hard to try to, because the thing is, I could see a count, but I don't want to force it. So usually, what I personally do when I don't want to force a count, I just stick to our time frames and wait for confirmation. Because after all, we need to remember that we don't have to trade, and every time we trade, we take a risk. That we're willing to take a risk, and of course the less risk we take, it's true that the less risk we take, the less actually profit we can make. But also, when you're not risking, you cannot lose money. So at this stage, at least from my point of view, it would be a safe time to actually wait, sit back, and see what's happening. But yeah, this wave 2 here still valid as long as we don't break validation, as you can see. An alternate could be that this was a directional wave B, so now we're resuming over in C. So that is why I'd rather wait. If we do break it slow and this becomes kind of an ABC, which is possible, it's actually very possible. Nothing to worry about because we're not in this trade, so it's even better, and we will be even happier to enter in the future. Yeah, so if we move on to the next stock, which is ROKU, and this is from May 10th, we can see how I was seeing an A, B, and then I was waiting further downside in C. I said to members, wave C can never be completed. However, as you can see also yourselves, you can always see 3 waves out in C. So I said, most likely we may see, or no, if it is wave C, you want to see 5 waves. So what actually happened in ROKU is 1, 2, 3. What appears to be happening now is a wave 4 in some kind of triangle or flat. So if we do get another leg lower, that's when things start to get interesting. Here is equality of wave A and C, which could or cannot be reached. I obviously cannot predict that, but yeah, be happy to see a move down. If you also think about it, if we do get into a triangle in wave 4 of C, then triangles I think are one of our best friends. The reason is we know that triangle can only occur in wave 4, B, or X. But X is not this case, and neither is B. So we know that if it is a triangle, it's going to be in wave 4. And we know that a triangle is suggesting us that the trend is about to end. So that can give us additional confidence and confidence in trading the next swing to the upside. Yeah, that was just, I don't know, I wanted to share that. Because sometimes we also need to think about that because of course when you're trading, we need to take probability into consideration. So yeah, further another leg down. Happy to see that, and then we will look for an entry to the upside. Moving on to the next stock, which is Snap, again from May 11th. Yeah, I was seeing a ABC flat correction, and was predicting further downside. If you actually look now, you can see how the downside came. And I think here the situation started to get interesting. Again, 61.8 wave C compared to A has been reached. We're close to 38.2% fib retracement of the wave 3. So wave 4, as we know, a common target for wave 4 is 38.2%. And let's see what we can see on the daily. Sorry, on the hourly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. So yeah, we can see down in 1, up in 2, down in 3, sharp in 4, or 4 is now in the making, and yeah, this is interesting. It does look like we have much more room down to go. We could see some reversal soon. Of course, I can be wrong, but that's what my eyes see, honestly. If we move on to the next and also last stock, which is ZILLOW, ticker symbol Z, and yeah, as you can see, I've never had this, but as you can see here, you have the ticker symbol and the date from where the stock was published to members. But yeah, I was predicting wave A, B, very similar to Snap actually. No, actually, wasn't it ROKU, where the B is irregular, is a flat. The B wave is a flat, not the ABC correction, but the B wave only. I mean, eventually the ABC is flat, but the B is also. But yeah, anyways, the B of the B. Well, yeah, that's how they do. That's how powerful fractals are. I was predicting another leg down in C. Reason is very similar to ROKU because C wave has 5 subways, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we were definitely missing 1. So yeah, when I said that, I didn't mean to yeah, I wasn't trading the short side. I don't really like to trade the short side on stocks, but it could have been possible, and we can see confirmation here because it would have worked out, but yeah, I personally would have never done it, but of course it can be done. So again, also here we might get in some kind of diagonal. We are starting to see overlapping waves, so I would be happy to see some kind of reversal soon. But of course, if we see some support showing up and a reversal, it doesn't mean that the correction is over and the overall trend has resumed. Because after that, we want to see the pullbacks to the downside being 3. So that's the key. We need to look for it. I think that was it for me today. And have you all a great weekend. And I'll see you on Monday with the weekly update for the 6 US stocks. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you have any question. And thanks for watching. Thanks.